Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Spoilers with Joe. I'm here today with a very special and interesting J ruler, Ayu Lunar Swordswoman. Ayu? I don't know. Ayu, Ayu, Ayu. I feel like those are maybe some of the ways to pronounce it. We're gonna go with Ayu right now. Anyways, this is a blue ruler. Pretty interesting. She's a were-rabbit. 2 judgment, 1 energized for blue. At the beginning of the game, draw a card. That's interesting, right? You know, that's something. I don't know if I like that or not, but I think it's interesting. Okay, the next part, much more interesting. You may not have more than 1 copy of any card in your deck. Now, I don't know how much you guys have played Magic or heard of Magic, but they have a format that I think, you know, Forcewell borrowed a lot from, with, you know, the way their commanders, with the way their rulers are set up, and, you know, how you can get them to enter the battlefield. Magic's format is called Elder Dragon Highlander, or Commander, which is more commonly known as, or, you know. And it's pretty much the very similar concept. You have a deck of 100 cards, and all of them must be a different type of card, a different named card, except for the mana, because, you know, that's the way Magic uses their mana. But anyways, so I think this is really interesting that, you know, the Forcewell is really embracing this with this ruler. You know, that's really interesting. Pretty crazy. Makes the whole deck crazy. And depending on the support we get, it could be really good. Could also be really terrible, because, I mean, let's face it, you know, it's really difficult to get some good consistency with, you know, 40 different cards that are all different. But we'll see. So we're going to look at her flip side. Ayu Shaman Swordswoman. She's a 10/10, were-rabbit, imperishable. It's pretty good. When this card enters the field, search your deck for a soul resonator. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. This is kind of nice, you know, so she's going to kind of work off of soul resonators, which we haven't seen anything of yet, but this is going to be pretty interesting. So we'll have to keep an eye out for those, which is also in this spoiler video, but we'll get to that. So then we have her next ability, discard a soul resonator. This card gains +5/+5 flying and first strike until end of turn. I think this is pretty good. You know, soul resonators seem like they, you know, we'll see what they kind of do, how they work, how they synergize. Then she has a God's Art, and, you know, we weren't really sure if we were going to be seeing a lot of God's Art after Alice Cluster, but we've seen a couple on like Feria and you know, and some of the base resonators like Alice. But anyways, her God's Art is 0, which is good, really good. Name a card. Reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal the named card. Put that card into your hand and remove the rest from the game. So you can pretty much tutor up anything, which is pretty interesting. Now, it's interesting that all the rest of the cards are removed from game, you know, because, you know, that could be good for, you know, soul resonators or some other cards that play off of stuff that's in the remove from play area. Who knows if we're going to see more of those or whatnot. But, you know, that's something to keep in mind. I like that you can tutor anything. If there's a really good soul resonator, you know, that plays with her, even better. Anyways, let's look at the next card, which is a personal, really interesting favorite of mine. Ayu's Sword Strike. It's 1 drop, blue, quick cast. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. If none of them share a name, destroy target resonator. Put the revealed cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. Now, that effect is really good in this deck. It's basically a 1-drop kill spell, and that's insane. Like, that's super duper good. Now, I don't know if I like it. I like it and I dislike it. It's really good card, but you are only going to be able to play 1 in this deck. And, you know, unless you want to gamble on playing this card, which is a terrible idea. Probably only play it in this deck, for, you know, in all honesty. And you only get 1, which, you know, sucks, because you want multiples of this. Anyways, we'll go on to the next one. It's a really good card, really interesting in the deck. You know, very flavorful, great support for her. But now let's look at the next one, Valorous Tiger Spirit. It's a 12/12. This is a soul resonator. It's a beast/soul resonator. It has precision. Okay, a 5 cost 12/12 precision. It's not that great. Nothing to write home about. Not very good. But it does have, if your J ruler is Ayu Lunar Swordswoman or Ayu Shaman Swordswoman, you may pay 1 less to play this card. Now, a 4-drop 12/12 with precision is still just okay, honestly. I don't think it's great. But what I really like is that it's bottom effect. When this card is put into a graveyard from your hand, target J resonator gains precision until end of turn. I don't even think that's very good. But what I do like is that the idea it's presenting that these soul resonators are probably going to have effects where you chuck them from your hand into the graveyard and they trigger something. If that's the case, then I think Ayu Lunar Swordswoman, Shaman Swordswoman, the flip side of her, her J ruler side becomes possibly really, really good, because you could have a soul resonator that drops, that you discard and it gives something swiftness. So bam, now Ayu has swiftness, right? You could have something where if it's sent from your hand to the graveyard, it destroys target resonator. Bam, now all of a sudden you're pitching a card, you're giving her +5/+5 flying and first strike, and you're killing something on their, on their side of the field. And I think the idea behind pitching soul resonators and, getting effects off of them is very interesting to me. And, that's kind of where this card looks like it might be going and where the ruler herself might be going. So really interesting, might be, a deck archetype where you flip early and you want to just start pitching cards and doing really good stuff with that. And that's something that I find pretty interesting. And that's why I think this is a pretty cool J ruler, especially because, building a 40 card singleton deck is going to be very interesting and pretty difficult, quite frankly. But I mean, if the support's there, that's not going to be bad, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy this new J ruler that we got, because she's super cool and she looks awesome too. But yeah, have a nice night, day, wherever you are in the world. Bye.